constants, and in this video we are going to talk about the constants. In Java, the constants are just like variables, where not variable, just opposite of variable. Variables means a memory cell where you keep on storing different kind of values, and then you can use the memory cell again and again and again. But in the case of constant, you just declare a constant, put the value into this, and then it remains fixed. It cannot be changed. So just for example, I just take one example of thing called circle. I've taken this class circle, and you all know that the circle have a constant called pi. So I declare like this: final is the keyword. If you attach the final keyword before a variable, it will become constant. So final double pi equal to 3.142f. So now instead of this 3.14, you can use the word pi, and that is a constant and it's not going to change. Now I use a radius r to initialize this, then x becomes radius r, then I simply make this one double, and then I call it area, and here I'll write return pi into r into r. So done. This is compiled. What happened? Oh, this is saying where is r, because this main variable here, this variable should be r, because we like r to be known as radius, and this is our x. So this is r and this is x. It means the x is this temporary variable, and then it is fine. So here no error. Then create one class circle1 radius. I take it as 100 because it will be good, and then I just simply run it. So it's C3149. Now it's giving you correct values. Now guys, I'm going into the main beat of the Java, and that is the object oriented features, where it's called the inheritance. Inheritance means this one is a class. Inheritance is the idea that can the reusability of the code be employed whenever, suppose in the software industry, the people will come and go, but the nature of the job or the companies stay there. So when the new persons come, will they have to start building everything afresh, or they can continue from where the work has been done? So this is the idea of the reusability of the codes. It is just simple idea is inheritance. Inheritance means, like, you all know that in real life we inherit from our family. When we are born, then we have nothing, then we come to realize that we are born to a particular person and a particular couple, and then whatever the couple have in the property, that we will be inheriting later. So this is similar to this, but in programming, how it can be used? In programming, it is used like this. Like, suppose for example, you have uh, something called circle. Like, you have a circle. So you have created a class for this circle, and then you have r, the main variable of this one, and then with the help of this you can find diameter, that is 2 times r. You can find area, which is pi r square, and you can also find circumference, which is 2 pi r. Now just assume that I want to build a new class on this. So like, suppose I have a cylinder. So I have got a cylinder. So if you see that cylinder is nothing, if you just add height to the circle, then this becomes cylinder. So this is my cylinder. So I mean to say that when this becomes cylinder, this particular thing have the features like R and H. Now just pay attention, this had only feature of R, and this one have the feature of R, which is this, and this is the height, this is height. Now with the help of these two you can calculate volume. So volume of cylinder is pi r square h, and you have some things like curved surface area or lateral surface area, that is 2 pi rh, 2 pi r h. Then you have tsa, and which is 2 pi r and r plus h, like this. Now the question is that the code for this is written how. Now see, I have written this for area, now I write for circumference also. So here this is control V, and this I call circum. Okay, so this is circumference and it is 2 pi r, so 2 into pi into r. Now you see that this is compiled, this is fine. So object of this one has been created. Now I want to create a class called cylinder. So cylinder, this is the class, and here this works like this. Inside the class, just you have to say that my cylinder extends to circle, extends to circle, right? And then you will see that what is this? Okay, forget it. Now come into the structure. Now see here, WJ have given you this linking. It means your cylinder class is derived from this one. So this is the hint. Now I need a variable here, and which is called as h, right? So but cylinder, it has cylinder have radius, but I'll be using the radius of circle, that's why I'm writing cylinder h. And then here I write, here I'll be passing two variables, int rr for radius and int hs for height. So what happens here is that we have to create super rr, and then you write h equal to hh. What does it mean? It means that when this code was created, like when you had the feature of this class, right? And this class feature was there, so you used to create the object of this class. This has the radius r, so you create objects of this class, circle 1, circle 2, and with the help of c1 dot you used to call this function. With the help of c1 dot area you used to call this function. Just very much like if I create the object, or suppose I create the object, now see circle 1, and the radius I'm putting is 10 because it has only one thing. Now if I click here, then the double area, so this gives you area. So circle 1 dot area, now circle 1 dot circumference is this. So I mean to say that when you are working only with this, you have to create using this object of this class. But when now you are working for this, you have to create the object of this class. And when you have to create the object of this class, you don't have to create the object of this class. So and how this variable, because the constructors have the special features. Wherever you created the object, then this value r is automatically initialized. But in the case of, since I'm starting working with this, I can't create the object of this. I can create the object of this class. I'll call it cylinder 1, or cylinder 2. So when you are working with the cylinder 1, so you will be creating the constructor or invoking the constructor of this one. So this class does a mechanism like when you create the object of cylinder with the help of super, because in other terminologies these two classes, this is called the super. This circle class is super class and this class is subclass because this is inheriting. So with the help of super we are initializing the variable of circle class. So here, so now see, so I have taken two parameters here, rr, but this first radius or the rr is passed to the radius of the circle, and then this height is attached to this one. So now what I can do, now we have to find some functions. So some functions like double volume. Now if you just look at the formula set again, so this is area of circle is pi r square and the volume of cylinder is pi r square times h. So you just call this function like, say, return, what to return, so you call area function, which is the function of circle, and then you multiply height of this class, means this height. So pi, this one gives you the pi r square into h, so this you have got your volume. Same way if I go for this and then I copy because I want to save some time in typing. So public volume CSA. Now just look at the formula again. CSA is 2 pi r times h and circumference is 2 pi r. So circum into h. So again I'll use this circum, CIRCUM, circum into h. Then again I have to find the total surface area of the cylinder. So now here I see it's called TSA, and then here I have, because again you look the formula, what is this? So now this expand this one, what this gives you, this gives you the 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. And how do you treat this? This is area of circle times 2 and this is circumference plus circumference into height. So 2 times area of circle plus circumference of the circle into height of the cylinder. So how can we achieve this? We can say 2 pi r, so 2 pi r h, 2 into area into h plus 2 pi r h. So 2 pi r is already there and h, so 2 pi r square plus 2 pi h is 2 pi r h. Now this is done, compile, no error. So now here we don't have to deal with the object of this one, I'll be dealing with the object of this one. So I create a radius, this is object of the cylinder class. I don't have to deal with the circle class directly, but circle class, cylinder class is built on the top of the circle class. So now this is new cylinder and this value I call it 20, and this one I just give the height as 10 because I want to remain 100 so that we can find some comfortable answer. So now initialize. Now see this, I'm dealing with the object of cylinder class, not with the object of circle class. So now I call volume, this is your volume. I call CSA, this is your CSA. I call TSA, and this is your TSA. And now see this part here, it says that this is inherited from circle. To add some more joy to this one, I create one more class. Now I call this as cone. Why? because this is the basic geometry and everyone knows that a cone is also nothing but something built on the top of a circle. Just you have a cone and this is your, this is the cone, this is the vertical height, and this is the slant height, this is the radius, and the L square is h square plus r square because this angle is right angle triangle. Using this I'm going to build the object for cone also. Should I do this video or next video? I think I do this video only. So this is the cone. Now here see the fun part. I go into the cone, I again write extends circle. Both these classes are extending the same. Now you see this cone and cylinder both are extending to this. Now I go into the feature wise, and then I again just like the similar time, so I can make some cases here to save the timing. I, where is cone? This is cone. So this I'm writing again as R and H. No problem with that because R is the part of that and the H is the part of this. So I think only one variable is fine, H. Here I'll say int R, int H. I'll pass super R, so circle is associated now, and this H I make this as X, so this H will become X, and I'll not take a lot of function here. I'll just use DOUVLE double, and I'll be using vol of cone, and volume of cone you know is 1/3 pi r square h. So return pi r square. So what is pi r square? Circle's area pi r square into h of this class divided by 3. Just return this, job is done. So we are just finding out the volume of this only. Compile, there is one error, and this says that we need a semicolon here. Now again compile, no error. Go back to this, create the object of class, and then I pass the value 100, and there I pass 30, I multiply, and then I call the vol function because there is only one function, and this is the idea of the cone. So this is the first program we are writing about the inheritance, and in the next program also I'll be, in the next video I'll just writing some more programs to explain the idea of inheritance, because this is inheritance and then multiple inheritance. After this you are very close to finishing the very core concept of the Java, and that is object oriented programming. Java is purely object oriented programming and it's based on 4 pillars, which is called encapsulations, which we are doing in the form of classes, then inheritance, then next is polymorphism, and then will be everything will be done. Thank you very much. Subscribe to our channel and keep on enjoying the beauty of programming and human brain. Have a very nice time. Ciao.